Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside the GCU softball stadium in the heart of Phoenix on the campus of Grand Canyon University for tonight's WAC matchup between the CSU Bakersfield Roadrunners and your Grand Canyon University Lopes. I'm Philip Katafamo alongside Jack O'Hara. It's conference time here at GCU as the Lopes find themselves at home in their third straight conference matchup after sweeping Utah Valley and taking 2 of 3 from California Baptist.
And you really can't say anything negative about this ball club right now, Phil. 11 of their last 12 have come via the win, and of course a 10-1 loss to California Baptist last Sunday. But the Lopes, again, pitching has been solid, the offense has been rolling. Tonight's starter Ryan Denhart went 7 innings in her last start, picked up the no decision, 7 innings pitched in a 12-inning extra inning win against California Baptist, looking for the win tonight as Lopes look to bounce back after that 10-1 loss.
And like you said, Ryan Denhart has been absolutely fantastic for the Lopes, throwing a complete game to begin WAC play against Utah Valley in Game 1, and she's exactly who Coach Pearson will go with in Game 1 of this doubleheader. And again, it is a doubleheader. It is alumni night here at GCU, and the Lopes will look to get a victory in front of all these former Lopes as we take a look at our Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game.
Of course, get back on the horse. Like I just mentioned, Phil, Lopes, although falling 10-1 on Sunday against California Baptist, they've won 11 of their last 12 and have shown no signs of slowing down in this one. And Ryan Denhart, tonight's starter, she's been dominating on the circle as of late. Her last start going the distance, 7 innings pitched, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, comes into this one at 7-3 overall. And if Ryan has her A stuff tonight, the Lopes will be in good shape. And of course, the Smith sisters coming into their final 6 weeks or so in their senior year. They've both been hitting the ball tremendously as of late. A big weekend for both in Riverside. Shay Smith picking up 6 total hits, while Sierra launched her 4th home run of the spring. A quality start from Ryan Denhart, as well as some offense from these two. The Lopes should be just fine.
Well, the Lopes will look to keep it rolling against the Roadrunners and continue WAC play here at the GCU Stadium before, well, they take on the University of Arizona next weekend in a 3-game set. Should be a lot of fun, and first pitch is right around the corner, so we'll send it down to the field for the remainder of player introductions, prayer, and national anthem, and then we'll be right back here for first pitch.
Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 4, Maddie Dowdle. Batting sixth, the designated player, number 27, Lily Bishop. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 5, Kaylee Dietrich. Batting eighth, playing right field, number 21, Lorian Olson. And batting ninth for your Lopes, the center fielder, number 20, Taylor Kay. In the circle for GCU tonight, the right-hander, number 23, Ryan Denhart. GCU is led by head coach Ann Pearson, assisted by Christy Musser, Amanda Gardner, and graduate coach Kobe Pettis. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
We are ready to go here against against CSU Bakersfield. And
that was last weekend, Phil.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely last weekend where the Lopes were able to get the victory against California Baptist in a 3-game set, 2-1, and they're looking to carry that momentum here against Bakersfield. We'll get you the starting lineups for the visiting Bakersfield Roadrunners. It'll be Sydney Karan, Kara Weissman, Chris Hippa, Nicole Curry, Paige Johnson, Nadia Azuvidu, Samantha Peach, Nikayla Bugs, Katie Jackson, and Darian Hitzel. Thought I got Nikayla's first name wrong. But that'll be the starting 1, 2, 3, and the rest of the lineup for the Roadrunners. And Darian Hitzel will be in the circle for the visiting Roadrunners when they get their opportunity. Before the Lopes, it'll be the usual suspects on the left side of the infield. It is going to be Sierra Smith, Shay Smith, Savannah Torville, Taylor Olson over at first base. In the outfield will be Maddie Dowdle, Taylor Kay, and Lorianne Olson in right field. And behind the dish, it'll be Kaylee Dietrich, and in the circle will be Ryan Denhart, who coming into this game, 7-3 on the season, 70 innings pitched, 2.29 ERA, and 38 strikeouts. And of late, Ryan Denhart has been fantastic for the Lopes.
I mean, we saw it early in the season, started out really hot, going 2-0 in her first 2 starts, and then things kind of unraveled after there for a little bit. But Ryan Denhart, like you said, back out on that circle, dominating in the only way she knows how to. 7-3 overall, looking for another great outing tonight after that 7-inning performance last weekend.
Sydney Karan will step in for the Roadrunners, batting .349 on the season. And we'll see if the Lopes can keep their success in the WAC going, as first pitch is on the way. And Denhart starts Karan off with a strike, and we are underway here for the doubleheader against CSU Bakersfield. It'll be game 1 right now. Game 2 will be later tonight, and then game 3 will be tomorrow, and that will wrap up the 3-game set against the Roadrunners. The 0-1 in the dirt for a ball 1. That one on the inside corner will be a little low for ball 2. The 2-1. Got to the outside corner for strike 2. The count will go 2-2.
A perfect pitch right there from Ryan Denhart. Didn't want to give in to Karan there on 2-1. Did not want to fall behind 3-1. Perfect pitch right on the outside corner to even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll see what she goes with here.
Denhart, the payoff pitch, the 2-2. Yeah, it'll be smacked foul, and the at-bat will continue.
There was really nothing Karan could do on that. So 2-2 pitch. Denhart throwing basically the exact same pitch on 2-1 fastball right on the outside corner. Karan could do nothing but spoil that pitch off to the left side and try and get another pitch to hit here.
Karan awaiting the 2-2. Torville off the hop over to first for out number 1, and this is how we get things going.
The catcher, number 19, Kara Weissman.
Kara Weissman will step up. Weissman on the season batting .279. 19 hits, 11 RBIs, and 1 home run. As she awaits the first one from Denhart inside for a ball. Weissman in her junior season. Rancho Cucamonga, California.
You know, I was going to ask you, Phil. I knew she was a California native, but I was going to ask you, like, was I going to get this right if I said it? Rancho Cucamonga.
Yes, Rancho Cucamonga, where the Dodgers affiliate, the Quakes, play. Torville, or is she going to get back-to-back out? She is. 2 straight ground ball outs for Savannah Torville. 2 down for the Lopes.
The second baseman, number 28.
Chris Hippa will step up, the senior, batting .279, 25 hits, 5 home runs, and 16 RBIs. A big bat for the Roadrunners is the second baseman, Chris Hippa. And with 2 outs, she'll await the first one from Denhart. That one on the outside corner for ball 1.
I just mentioned how hard it was going to say for me to say Cucamonga, California. Chris Hippa, Hawaii native, and this one I'm going to have trouble with. I'm going to go ahead though. It's going to be Iae. Is that right?
You know, honestly, Jack, your guess is as good as mine, but I want to. It could be Iae or Hawaii. I don't know. So it is Hawaii. So she gets to grow up in one of the most beautiful countries in the world, in Hawaii. So regardless of how you pronounce it, I'm definitely jealous. And she's awaiting the 2-0. That one is in there for a strike.
A perfect pitch there from Ryan Denhart on 2-0. Again, just like that 2-1 pitch to Coran to lead off this game, did not want to give in to Hippa there on a 2-0 pitch. Perfect hitter's pitch for Hippa to take advantage early on in this ball game. 2-1 pitch right on the inside corner.
Slow roller. Smith is there for the final out. It'll be a 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Denhart, and this is how the game will begin. It'll be Smith, Olsen, and then Smith when we get ready for the bottom of the first. The score is 0-0.
Well, get the best gear to show off your Lope pride. Go to lopeshops.gcu.edu to find everything GCU, from the newest apparel to the coolest accessories. Use promo code GCUTV25 to get 25% off for being a GCU TV viewer. Let's paint the Valley purple. Lopes up.
Now, thankfully, a part of broadcast, I don't really have to know geography, but I will correct that Hawaii is a state, not a country. I said it was a country. It's a beautiful state. It is technically a state of the United States, a part of the United States.
Not technically, it is.
It is. It definitely is. Even though it's not inside of the United States, it is a part of the United States. But I'm going to stop talking about it because it's just going to make me look dumber. We are ready to go here in the bottom of the first as Sierra Smith will lead things off. Coach Pearson changing up the lineup a little bit. Smith moving up in the lineup. Lorianne Olsen going down, just changing it up a little bit. Switching up her leadoff hitters, and as she should, as Sierra Smith is batting .333 on the season, 40 hits, 4 home runs, and 12 RBIs. Her and her sister Shay have been absolutely on fire for the Lopes in their final season here at GCU.
And I mentioned it before we kick things off here tonight. Around 6 weeks left to go, give or take a few days, but the Smith sisters red hot coming into this one. I mentioned Sierra Smith launching her 4th home run of the year on Saturday. Shay Smith with 6 total hits in Riverside over the weekend. And like you just mentioned, Coach Pearson mixing up the lineup. She really has nothing to lose here right now with her team winning 11 of their last 12 games. We were talking to Coach Pearson on the field prior to tonight's game, and all of them just out there in the field having fun, dancing around. It's a good time to be a part of the GCU softball team right now.
And it's always been such a great environment, a very fun environment with the GCU softball program, and it's going to keep continuing with Coach Pearson at the helm. First one is low for a ball. The first 5 hitters for GCU are all batting over 300, just to give you some more information about how hot the bats have been for the Lopes.
And I don't think that's a coincidence, Phil.
No, it's really not. The 1-0 on the way. Chopper. Hippa gets right past her. It'll be a base hit for Sierra Smith. So it'll be an error on Chris Hippa. So Smith will get on with an error. And now Taylor Olsen will step up.
A lucky break there for Sierra Smith and the Lopes early on in this game. Chris Hippa just not getting the glove to the ground on that play. That's what they teach you in practice. Might cost them right here.
Well, Hippa with a great dive, unable to get it on the transfer. So Hippa recovers on a great play, but unfortunately unable to get the out at second. So Olsen will get on with a fielder's choice, and Smith will move to second. Lopes now with runners in scoring position, and we'll have a little bit of a circle conversation for the Roadrunners.
Yeah, and Hippa, one pitch after letting that ball get through, bounces back with that diving play on the right side of second base there, but the flip to Coran, unable to hold on. And just like that, the Lopes in business, runners on first and second, nobody out for arguably their hottest hitter this season.
Yeah, and if you want anybody up, like you said, Jack, hottest hitter is Shea Smith, 403 on the season, 24 hits, 10 RBIs, and 1 home run. And I already read the wrong statistic. It's 403 for Shea Smith, 48 hits, 19 RBIs, and 4 home runs. I read Taylor Olson's stats, but those are now Shea Smith's stats. Smith showing bunt. It's going to get passed, but they're going to call it a foul ball. They're called Hawaii a country.
You know, usually you mess up Sierra Smith and Shea Smith. That's understandable.
Right.
Smith and Olson.
Yeah.
I can't let you go with that one, Phil.
No,
that one's on you.
Hopefully, I'll start to get into a rhythm here and be better.
Yeah, you just got to be better.
Still a whole lot more softball to be played, thankfully. The 0-1 on the way to Smith. Chopper. Hitzel over to first for out number 1.
Ball right there. Hitzel just trying to make the easy out to first base. Didn't want to stretch it there with the speedy Olson running at second base. It was going to be a bang-bang play regardless if she got the out or not. So just taking the sure out at first base. And it's a big at-bat right here against Torville. Infield will come in. They're not wanting to give up an early run here in the first inning. So we'll see how Hitzel throws to Torville here.
Torville awaits the first one. Takes it in there for a strike. Torville, I mean, as a freshman, coming in and playing a fantastic second base as Lorianne Olson found herself on the DL to begin the season. She's back and healthy, but Torville has really been a name state at second base. The 0-1 is in there again, back-to-back strikes, and she has been so great. You almost forget that she's only a freshman because of how well she's hitting and how well she's playing on the defensive side.
Oh, the maturity level for Savannah Torville is no question. Like you said, defensively, offensively, you'd be shocked if you told her that she was a freshman.
That one will hit off the glove of Hippa. It'll be a run for the Lopes, and they'll take an early lead here in the bottom of the first.
Well, Chris Hippa just getting beat up here in the bottom of the first inning. We saw that first play go right through her legs. The second one, she bounced back, made a terrific diving stop, unable to get the force at second, and that one just couldn't get a glove on it, just bobbled it there. And when you bobble a ball like that, a slow roller on the right side, the Lopes are going to beat it out. You saw it there with Savannah Torville, and just like that, Lopes looking for more, but they're already up 1-0 in this ball game.
So we'll have a mound visit for Bakersfield as they'll look to readjust and try to get out of this inning with only allowing 1. Taylor Olson over at first base. Savannah Torville getting the RBI single.
The left fielder, number 4.
And now Maddie Dowdle will step up. Dowdle batting .307 on the season, 27 hits, 2 home runs, and 13 RBIs, looking for 14 and possibly 15, or if she sends it over the wall, maybe 16. First one on the way is inside for a ball. So Coach Pearson will go to talk to Maddie Dowdle. You got to assume the game plan would be to get Torville over to second to take away the double play. So maybe a hit and run situation here with Dowdle with only 1 out. And you know Maddie can hit.
And Dowdle, right-hander at the plate, assumingly Hippo would take off for second base. If Torville ran, try to slap the ball the other way here to Dowdle into right field. The sun is beating down out there on Jackson as well.
Torville is just going to trot over to second, and now it's going to be a pickle, and they're going to try to score a run. Olson is now caught in between. Throw over to the catcher. Olson will get tagged out, but Torville will make it all the way to third. So Wiseman gets the out on the tag, but Torville able to make her way all the way around to third. 2 down now for the Roadrunners. And Dowdle with an opportunity to still score a run for GCU.
Yeah, Torville putting herself in no man's land right there. Basically just trying to get Taylor Olson to stretch from third and head home. to no avail there. Taylor Olson, really nothing she could do on that play, but great heads-up base running by Torville to get all the way to third base on that play.
Johnson over to first. That will end the inning, but not before the Lopes are able to bring around one on 2 hits. We move to the top of the second. The score, Lopes lead 1-0. We'll be right back right after this.
Check out the Lope shop for
Feel the thunder in the heart of Phoenix. GCULopes.com.
Across the painted desert to where the mountains touch the sky. This is Sanderson Ford country, where Arizona's pride. Sanderson Ford country, built on serving you. Sanderson Ford, satisfaction in everything we do. We're Arizona's pride. Sanderson Ford.
Lopes will get things going here in the top of the second. Denhart able to get the Roadrunners 1, 2, 3 in the first. As you see Taylor Kay on your TV screen. Kay batting in the 9-hole for the Lopes. The senior out there in center field has got quite a glove. Has been on the WAC top 10 plays a couple times with diving grabs out in center field. It'll be Nicole Curry leading things off for the Roadrunners. The senior batting .272, 22 hits, no home runs, and 10 RBIs as she awaits the first one from Denhart as we get things going here in the top of the second. That one is in there for a strike.
Curry hitting .272 this year. Sat out the entire season last year as a medical red shirt in 2018, but as a junior in 2017, started 42 games, hit .310, which led all first basemen for Bakersfield.
Well, the runners are happy to have her back as she takes that one away for ball one. So Curry awaiting the 1-1 from Denhart. Popped up, and that'll go foul. So the count will go to 1-2. Of course, the last time these two teams matched up was in game 1 of the WAC tournament where the Lopes, now they beat CSU Bakersfield 15-0, but the runners had the Lopes number all season long, winning the 3-game series 2-1, and well, Denhart's going to get her first strikeout, and it's going to be out number 1 for the Lopes.
the third baseman, number 17, Paige Johnson.
Paige Johnson, the third baseman for the runners, will step in, batting .242, 22 hits and 1 home run, 16 RBIs in her final year here at CSU Bakersfield. First one on the way is in there for a strike.
I mentioned that 15-0 win, Phil, and like you said, Bakersfield has had the Lopes number all year long. It's a completely different team from the team that they last faced, just trying to come out with 2 wins today, like we mentioned before. Only 1 loss in the last several weeks, so the Lopes, again, just looking to come out on top.
Yeah, very, very hot team. 11 wins of their last 12 games. Of course, losing that final game against Cal Baptist in Riverside last weekend. Looking to sort of bounce back here. You know, not having to bounce back too much, as they only lost 1 game, but it was a very short game out there in Riverside, a 6-inning game to be exact. The 1-1 is in there for strike 2.
You know, when you win 11 straight, Phil, things start to become a lot easier. Things are a lot less tense down there in the dugout. Everybody's having a good time, and then you have a game like that they had last Saturday against California Baptist, 10-1 in 6 innings. Kind of gives you a nice wake-up call. And when you win 11 straight games, it's a nice wake-up call to have. You're still in a great position to win.
1-2 is popped up. Smith's going to call everyone off and make the catch for out number 2. And maybe you do need that sort of, you know, punch in the face when you're really rolling for a little while to just kind of readjust and refocus for the rest of the season. And I mean, this is a very, very talented GCU team. You know, they front load those non-conference games with such difficult opponents. I mean, of course, they got that huge upset victory against Florida State. They beat Ohio State. They beat San Diego State. They beat a bunch of teams that are very, very good. First one's in there for Azevedo, and in there for a strike. So Denhart, one strikeout, looking for another 1-2-3 inning. And then it'll be Bishop, Dietrich, and Olson. That'll be the 1-2-3 for the Lopes when they get out of this top half. The 0-1 is high for ball one.
And you mentioned all those great victories you've had. Florida State, we were on the call for that one, of course. The one you're going to remember this spring, and of course, Bakersfield, no joke either. You have Arizona, number 9th ranked team in the nation, coming here next weekend. So the Lopes schedule not giving an inch so far, but the Lopes have held their ground.
That one will go foul, and the count will go to 1-2. And yeah, you know, even just, you know, sticking University of Arizona in between Bakersfield and then New Mexico State, you know, and then obviously you finish out the WAC, but just having that ranked opponent right before you play arguably, you know, the toughest team in the WAC in New Mexico State, it's a good test right before, you know, another tough conference game. The 1-2, it'll go foul again. Azevedo doing a good job battling at the plate, fouling off those last two pitches. But the count will remain 1-2, 2 outs. Again, Denhart looking for another 1-2-3 inning, as she had in the top half of the first. Looking for it here in the top half of the second. The 1-2. That one's high for ball two.
Well, Nadia just trying to get her pitch to hit here. You saw her foul back those two fastballs back-to-back on those 1-2 fastballs from Denhart. Takes a high fastball there, 2-2 pitch, just trying to wait back on something, take it the other way, get a runner on base here for Bakersfield.
The 2-2, off speed is in the dirt for ball three, so the count will go full. Denhart, who was ahead of the count, has unfortunately got a patient Nadia Azevedo at the plate. The 3-2. Inside corner, got her looking for strikeout number 2, out number 3 for the Lopes. Back-to-back 1-2-3 top half innings for Ryan Denhart. And we'll see if the Lopes can tack on a couple more runs as we move to the bottom of the second.
Welcome to the big leagues. The Grand Canyon Beverage Company has just launched a 16-ounce can of their popular energy drink, Stampede. Keep up with the herd and head to GCBC to get yours.
What is going on out there at the Grove? Is that a pirate ship?
That would be a good old-fashioned slip and slide, Phil.
How about that? That's a bit more of an elaborate slip and slide than I've had ever in my life. But
they get more creative. It's 2019.
There's 3 of them back there. Well, anyway, no, there we go. There's now you get to see them. You can see all 3 over there at the Grove Fields. That's where the freshman dormitories are. I mean, we're doing a game and they're running up and down slip and slides. I feel like we may have. Did we make a mistake? I don't think so.
I think they're the ones making a mistake.
I mean, they got a good view of the field from over there. Well, maybe it'll be up by the end of the game. Well, either way,
head over with our polos and our slacks
before game 2, as this is a doubleheader. Lily Bishop will lead things off for the Lopes here in the bottom of the second. Darren Hitzel still in the circle for CSU Bakersfield. 2 hits and 1 run on 1 error in the bottom of the first, and we'll see what Bishop can do. That one outside for a ball. Bishop batting .270 on the season. 2 home runs, 20 hits, and 15 RBIs in her first season as a transfer from NC State. And she came up very, very clutch against Ohio State a few weekends ago, getting the game-winning base hit. And she'll ground out to Johnson for out number 1. Kaylee Dietrich will step up now. Dietrich behind the dish for the Lopes tonight. Shares time with Kaylee Holland. It's Dietrich for game 1. Dietrich batting .200 on the season. Takes the first one in there for a strike. The 0-1. That one's outside for ball 1.
You mentioned Kaylee Dietrich and Kaylee Holland sharing some at-bats here for the double headers, and of course they should. You got 2 games, kind of expose both your catchers here in this one. Kaylee Dietrich only hitting .200 on the season. Maybe pick up a few hits here, get yourself a few more at-bats as we approach the end of the spring for softball.
Yeah, we get, after the U of A series, there's only, well, you got New Mexico State, and then you've got Seattle U, and then UMKC, and then you're right into the WAC tournament. So you want to give everybody as many opportunities as you can as the 2-1 is swung on and missed for strike 2.
Well, that was just a perfect pitch from Hitzel. 2-1 off-speed pitch on the inner part of the plate. Dietrich just swinging right underneath that. Even if she made contact, she's rolling that thing softly down the third baseline. We'll see what she gets on 2-2.
2-2 got her looking. Strikeout number 1 for Hitzel and out number 2 for CSU Bakersfield.
And just a perfect pitch again by Hitzel, setting up Dietrich perfectly there after that 2-1 off-speed pitch low and inside. Comes back with the fastball on the outside corner to fool Dietrich. And just like that, she's got 2 outs.
Now it'll be Lorianne Olson stepping in. Olson takes the first one on the outside corner for a strike. Olson batting .230 on the season, 14 hits, 4 RBIs. And looking to be a little bit of a spark here with 2 outs. Chopper, Hippa off the hop over to first. It'll be a 1-2-3 inning this time for Bakersfield, and we'll head to the top of the 3rd with the score remaining 1-0. We'll be right back right after this.
Feel the thunder in the heart of Phoenix. GCULopes.com.
We needed one more member on our roster. Streets of New York is proud to announce Grand Canyon University to our winning team. We are now the official pizza of GCU.
Back here at the top of the 3rd, Ryan Denhart still dealing for the Lopes. 2 innings pitched so far and 2 strikeouts. She had a 1-2-3 inning in the first, a 1-2-3 inning in the second, and we'll see if she can do the same here in the 3rd. It'll be Petch, Fuggs, and Jackson leading things off for the Roadrunners.
I really expect nothing less from Ryan Denhart. Has been dealing 7-3 like we mentioned, 2 easy frames in the first and the second. Now she's got the bottom 3rd of the order here in the top of the 3rd.
Off speed is in there for a strike, and she'll start out Petch with a 0-1 count. The 0-1. Chop foul. Well, count will go to 0-2. Petch on the season batting .273, 12 hits, no home runs, and 9 RBIs. Is the designated player today, but is usually splitting time at catcher and 3rd base. So a bit of a utility player for Bakersfield, the 0-2. Outside for ball 1.
I'm not sure what the approach is here for Petch. Squaring to bunt there on 0-2. Of course, she was pulling back, but at the same time, not really sure what the approach is here. Again, behind in the count, 1-2 here, just trying to take the ball the other way. Wait on a pitch on the outside corner as Denhart again looking outside there against Petch.
Gonna go 2-2. And you can see Petch kind of squaring up to bunt. You know, the usual game plan for that is to draw in the third baseman and try to put it over her head or hit a shot right in between third and short. Maddie Dowdle does the same thing when she's up to bat. The 2-2 is outside, and the count will go full. So 3-2 count to Petch. Pitch on the way. Off speed. Got her looking. Strikeout number 3. Out number 1 for Ryan Denhart here in the third.
Well, a bit of a late call for there from the home plate umpire. Wasn't really quite sure. You weren't really quite sure what the call was going to be up here for a second there, but Denhart getting the call on the outside corner, went with the off-speed pitch on Peck, and one away here as Fuggs digs in.
Michaela Fuggs stepping in, batting .114 on the season. 4 hits, 1 RBI, and no home runs. As she hits that one foul to lead things off. Fuggs in her junior season here at CSU Bakersfield. Awaiting the 0-1. Outside for a ball. Fuggs awaiting the 1-1. Chopper will go foul, count to go 1-2.
And this is what Denhart's game plan has been the last several weeks, has gotten ahead of hitters early on, and that spells a decent recipe for success as far as I'm concerned. Get ahead of the hitters early, don't fall behind, don't give them an opportunity to get a good pitch to hit, because when you fall behind in the count 2-1, 3-1, it's almost certain that you're going to come back with a ball over the plate, a pitch that they can drive. Getting ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes here, Denhart has some room to work with.
The 1-2 on the way. Outside, count to go 2-2.
Well, the home plate umpire thought about it there. Pitch just a little too far off the plate there. He thought about pulling the trigger there. Does not. 2-2 pitch coming from Denhart now. And Fuggs just trying to, again, put the ball in play with 2 strikes. Just trying to slap it the other way.
The 2-2. Slow roller, it'll go foul. So Fuggs doing exactly what you said, just trying to put anything in play, anything close she's going to swing at.
Absolutely. When I talk, people listen. So.
And when I talk, I forget that things are states and not countries. So, I don't know what that says.
No, I don't know what that says.
It doesn't say much. The 2-2 on the way. Inside corner, count to go full again.
Well, Denhart couldn't get Fuggs with the outside pitch on 1-2. And on that 2-2 pitch, she just fouled it down the third base line. Tried to come inside there with the fastball just a little bit low. 3-2 pitch here, 1 out. Nobody on here. Lopes up 1-0. We'll see if Denhart challenges her with a fastball over the heart of the plate.
The 3-2. Chopper. Torville is there. Over to first for out number 2. So a strikeout and a ground out, and now Ryan Denhart is 1 more out from another 1-2-3 inning.
Number 8, Katie Jackson.
Katie Jackson will step up, the freshman batting .278, 5 hits, 18 at-bats, and 1 RBI on the season. She's in right field for Bakersfield. First one on the way. Check swing, didn't go, they'll appeal. No, she did not, so it'll go outside for a ball.
Katie Jackson in the same situation as Nicole Curry, like we saw early on. Sat out most of the 2018 season, medical redshirt. In high school, a graduate of Buchanan High School out of California. First team All-Northwestern region, batted .437 her senior year, 26 runs batted in, 11 stolen bases, and scored 17 runs. So huge pickup in this offense for Bakersfield.
The 2-0 outside is in there for a strike. Count to go 2-1. So Jackson awaiting the 2-1 from Ryan Denhart. That one will go foul, count will go 2-2. Oh, so they're gonna say she left the box early, so it's gonna be an out, another 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Denhart. A little bit unconventional there on that third out, but regardless, we'll take it as we move to the bottom of the third. It'll be Kay, Smith, and Olson.
Well, from the Center of Worship Arts comes Canyon Worship 2018, a collection of songs written, recorded, and performed by Grand Canyon University's Worship Arts students. Available now on iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play.
So 3 straight 1-2-3 innings for Ryan Denhart. And the Lopes will now look for a couple more runs here in the bottom of the third. It'll be Taylor Kay, Sierra Smith, and then Taylor Olson. And Coach Pearson's got to be happy about that.
You see something new every day, Phil. That final out in the top of the third inning, as unconventional as it gets.
Yeah, a new rule in softball where, you know, it used to be you just had to keep 1 foot in the box as a slap hitter, but now you have to keep both feet in the box before you can start your run to first base. And Katie Jackson is the first victim tonight of that. She was the final out in the top of the third, but Taylor Kay will lead things off for the Lopes here.
And again with a 1-0 lead. As good as Ryan Denhart's been through the first 3 innings, 9 up, 9 down. The Lopes would love to get her some insurance here, only up by 1. You have your 9, 1, and 2 hitters, heart of the order looming in this inning for the Lopes. So look for them to get something going here against Hitzel.
And it'll start with TK, Taylor Kay. The first one on the way is swung on and missed. Taylor Kay batting .273 on the season in her final year here at GCU. 2 doubles and 21 hits. The 0-1, chopper. Johnson over to first. Quick throw is in time for out number 1.
Yeah, Johnson had to get rid of that one in a hurry. Taylor Kay busting it down the first baseline. Almost beat that one out for an infield single.
Yeah, we talk about how much speed up and down this lineup Coach Pearson has, and Taylor Kay has got to be at the top of the list in terms of fastest players on the team. As that high chopper was almost a little too much for Johnson, and she had to make a quick throw over to first. But a great play over at third base by Paige Johnson. So Smith takes the first one in there for a strike. The count will go 0-1 with 1 out. That one a little outside for ball 1. The 1-1 on the way. Smith right to first base. Curry is there. She'll step on to first for out number 2.
We mentioned Hippa having a tough time at second base back in the first inning. Was really the stepping stone for that first inning for the Lopes. Come across with 1 run. Hitzel able to get out of it. Remember, there were runners on the corners with 1 out. Hitzel able to get out of that jam. And it's been smooth sailing so far for Hitzel. Hasn't really gotten into that much trouble over the last inning and 2/3. Looking for a 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the third.
Taylor Olson striding in with 2 outs. The 0-1 count. Olson takes that off-speed high for ball 1. Olson 1 of 2 Lopes so far with a hit. Got a single and then was stranded at third base as she was tagged out on the rundown in the first inning. The 1-1. High for ball 2. You know, Taylor Olson, much like Savannah Torville, is a freshman, put out on the field rather quickly in his starting role and has been phenomenal with the glove and the bat. The 2-1. Olson off the shortstop, Karan, and Olson's gonna hustle over to second and she'll get on with the error.
Well, that one took a tough hop off of Karan's glove. Nothing she could really do there. Deep in the hole. It was gonna look like Olson was gonna beat that out for an infield base hit regardless. but taking a wild hop off of Karan's glove, trickling all the way down the left field line. And Olsen able to get into scoring position with 2 outs. We'll see if the Lopes could take advantage.
So Shea Smith looking for her first hit. First one on the way is outside for ball 1. Smith into center, going back, it is off the wall. Olsen will come around to score. Smith will get on with an RBI double with 2 outs.
Well, how about that? Lopes offense taking advantage of the play by Karan, unable to make that play. Olsen able to move all the way into scoring position, and Shea Smith picking up Olsen there as she drives that one inches away from a 2-run home run, which would have given the Lopes a 3-0 lead. She'll take the RBI double and hand it over to Savannah Torville.
And we'll see what Torville can do. Torville also the only other Lope with a base hit, as that one's outside for a ball. So now Shea Smith, Taylor Olsen, and Savannah Torville all having hits so far. Here in the bottom of the third, 2 outs. Torville looking to add on a couple more runs. The 1-0 outside in there for a strike. So back-to-back doubles for the Lopes. Puts them up 2 here in the third. The 1-1. Ooh, off speed. Took a little bit off. That one was Hitzel. And the count will go 1-2.
Yeah, Savannah looking fastball there on 1-1. It's completely fooled by Hitzel. We'll see what she comes with here on 1-2. I could see her coming with the off-speed pitch now with 2 strikes. Maybe she tries to fool Savannah with a fastball with 2 strikes.
The 1-2. It'll get past Hippa. Coming around to score is Smith. Torville will stay on first. It's another RBI single for the Lopes.
Well, how about that? Hitzel does come at Savannah with the fastball on 1-2, but Savannah was ready for it, ripping it right back up the middle. 26th run batted in on the season for Savannah Torville and the Lopes. I just mentioned Shea Smith, coming inches away from a 2-run home run that would have given the Lopes a 3-0 lead. They'll take the 3-0 lead now after that single from Torville.
So the Lopes leading 3-0. Savannah Torville stepping on first. And now Maddie Dowdle will step in. Dowdle takes the first one outside for a ball. Dowdle looking for her first hit, grounded out in the first. It'll be the top of the order for Bakersfield whenever they get out of this inning. Karan, Weisman, and Hippa. The 1-0 is in there for a strike. The 1-1. Slow roller will go foul. So the count will now move to 1-2. Torville still over there at first base. Lopes with 2 outs, finding both runs with 2 outs. A double by Olsen and then a double by Smith, and now Torville bringing around Smith to score on the single. Gives us a 2-run third to give the Lopes the lead 3-0. The 1-2 in the dirt for ball 2.
I mentioned with 2 outs, nobody on. Hitzel not really finding herself into much trouble in this one. I know back in the first inning she had runners on the corners with 1 out, but Hitzel, after the double from Olsen, RBI double from Shea Smith, just hasn't been able to find the 3rd out.
2-2 chopper. Hippa over to first for the final out of the third, but not before the Lopes were able to tack on 2 and extend their lead 3-0. We'll head to the top of the 4th. Lopes lead. We'll be right back right after this.
Canyon State Credit Union, a local credit union serving the Valley for over 65 years, can assist you in buying your first home, refinancing your current home, or if you're dreaming of a retirement home. Canyon State Credit Union can provide you with a fast and affordable solution that meets your needs. Let Canyon State Credit Union run the numbers on your dream. Visit canyonstatecu.org or call 623-580-6015 for more information. Canyon State Credit Union, committed to you. We do business in accordance with the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, MLS number 410376.
I will always be with you, my friend. I will be with you until the end.
It has been 3 straight 1-2-3 innings for Ryan Denhart through 3 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts for the transfer sophomore, and she'll look to make it 4, as it'll be the top of the order for CSU Bakersfield. Karan, Weissman, and Hippa will be the 1-2-3 for the runners.
The shortstop, number 1, Sydney Karan.
And at this point, you've really been able to get nothing going against Ryan Denhart. Like we mentioned, 9 up, 9 down. Down 3-0 after a 2-run bottom of the third from the Lopes. Bakersfield just looking to get a runner on base, trying to start a rally here, down by 3 after, again, just 3 innings of getting nothing going against Ryan Denhart.
First one is in there for a strike. Karan grounding out in the first. And now an 0-1 count in her second at bat tonight. The pitch. In the right or in the left, it'll fall, it'll be a base hit, and now the no-hitter is gone. So Sydney Karan breaks free and finally gives Bakersfield their first base runner of the night in the top of the 4th. And now it'll be Kara Weissman.
Number 19, Kara Weissman.
Weissman grounding out in the first. Lopes looking for a double play here. No damage done at all. Denhart, first one on the way. Showing bunt. Weissman gets it down, but it'll go foul.
I mentioned before, Bakersfield just trying to get something going in this inning. Karan starts it off the right way with a single the other way. And Weissman here just trying to move her into scoring position, laying down a bunt. They're unable to get it down successfully. Wouldn't be shocked if she tried for another sacrifice bunt on this attempt.
The 0-1. Smith, backhand, gonna have to stay with it. Throw on to first, not in time. So Smith on the backhand pops out of her glove, and on the transition to first, not in time. So now the runners will have 2 base runners on and no outs.
Well, we've seen Shea Smith just play brilliant defense all spring long at shortstop with that slick defense. And that one gets away from her for just a split second, enough for Weissman to reach first base and puts the Lopes into a bit of a jam here. We'll see if Denhart can get out of it.
Chris Hippa will step up. Hippa also a ground out victim in the first inning. And with the runners on second and first, we'll see what she can do as she awaits the first one from Denhart. Now what's in there for a strike? I know it's a little far-fetched, but how insane would it be to get a triple play here?
I don't think that's far-fetched.
It's happened.
We almost saw it in that Yale game on February 24th here in Phoenix.
We had one against Houston Baptist last season. First one on the way. That'll go foul. The count will go actually, I believe, 0-2.
Oh, that was a perfect pitch if you wanted to see a triple play right there. Denhart going off speed, low and inside there on Hippa, and she just drives it down the third base line, hooks it way foul. But again, you see Sierra Smith down that third base line playing right next to the bag there at third base, anticipating that ground ball.
Well, that's exactly what it was against Houston Baptist. It was a ground ball right to Sierra Smith. She stepped on her base, threw on to second, and then over to first. The 0-2 is high for ball 1, and we had an insane triple play. And the Lopes were able to get out of the inning. Wind blowing away from the stadium. Fly balls might get a little bit more carry now that the wind is starting to pick up. The 1-2, down the line. Smith over to second, on to first. Not in time, so the Lopes will get 1 at 2. But Hippa will get on with the fielder's choice.
And that ball hit deep in the hole. Shea Smith does a great job getting it over to Torville at second to get the force on Weissman. But again, Hippa just too fast down that first base line. Bang, bang play at first. Lopes still in a bit of a jam here. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Would love to see another ground ball here to get themselves out of the inning.
Nicole Curry was the first strikeout victim tonight. 1 of 3 so far for Denhart in the second inning. And with 1 out, runners on the corners, we'll see what she can do. First one is inside for ball 1. The 1-0. Outside is away for ball 2.
He doesn't get the call there from the home plate umpire. Changes the whole complexion of the at-bat. 2-0 is way different than a 1-1 count, how you approach your hitters here. As you can see, the outfield for the Lopes, Dowdle, Kay, and Olsen all playing fairly deep. You know, Nicole Curry does not have a home run yet on this season, but there's no mistake why she's hitting cleanup in this batting order for the Bakersfield. If she gets a cookie to hit, we could see a tie ball game here in the 4th.
So mound visit for the Lopes. Dietrich just trying to settle Denhart down with 1 out. It's still a double play opportunity for GCU to get out of this inning and keep their 3-run lead. Like you said, anybody's really got long ball power. Of course, Curry doesn't have a home run on the season, but the wind is starting to blow away from the stadium, which means anything in the air, if it's got enough distance, is going to get carried by the wind. So hopefully Denhart can get out of this with her lead intact. The 2-0. Popped up, it'll go foul.
Well, that was the pitch there for Nicole Curry. Inside, but not inside enough for Curry to turn her hands on that one, get the barrel to the bat, just fouls it straight back. She wishes she could have that pitch back on 2-0. She's not going to get the same pitch here on 2-1. Denhart will not make that same mistake again.
So Lopes looking for the inning-ending double play as the 2-1 is on the way. Outside in there for a strike. Count to go 2-2.
Well, she got her to foul off that 2-0 pitch, goes back with the fastball on the outside corner, just clips the outside corner there to even up the count at 2-2. Comes back from being down 2-0 in the count. Would not be shocked for her to come inside here looking for that ground ball double play like we mentioned.
The 2-2. High for ball 3. So now a 3-2 count to Nicole Curry. And on the full count, the pitch. That'll go foul, and Curry's at bat will continue.
And Denhart's got to pick and choose here. Inside, outside, couldn't get her to chase on the 2-2 fastball up in the zone. You got to be careful with those pitches as well. Like we mentioned, Curry does have pop in her bat. If she does not elevate that ball high enough, it could be a 3-3 game, so it'll be interesting to see what she gets on this payoff pitch.
The 3-2 in the left. Catch is made. Throw on to home. It's not going to be in time. They're going to try over at second, and they got her! So a double play for the Lopes comes on a fly ball caught by Dowdle and then a throw down to second by Dietrich. And the Lopes will get out of that inning, only giving up 1 for now. So the score will remain currently 3-1, possibly 3-2. We'll get it all sorted out as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
Well, if you're visiting campus this spring, why not stay at the GCU Hotel? Featuring comfortable rooms, a resort-style pool, and the Canyon 49 Grill, it's the perfect place to stay when coming to Grand Canyon University. Book a room today at gcuhotel.com. Well, just the pitch Ryan Denhart needed there to end that top half of the 4th inning. Fastball inside. Gets Curry jammed a little bit as she pulls the ball, hooks it to left. An easy fly ball there for Dowdle. Throw up the line, scores a run on a sac fly, but a great heads-up play by Kaylee Dietrich to nab the runner at second base.
So Lopes with a lead regardless as we move to the bottom of the 4th. Lily Bishop looking to get things going against Darren Hetzel. Hetzel so far, 3 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 strikeout. And Bishop with a ground out in the 2nd, looking for her first base hit of the night. It'll be Bishop, Dietrich, and Olsen as the Lopes will get things going here in the bottom of the 4th.
Now Bishop grounded out to 3rd in her first at bat. I was going to say Lily Bishop was sitting on 1 home run for quite a while. Her first home run of the year coming on February 24th in that Sunday matinee against the Yale Bulldogs, crushing one over the left field wall. picked up her second home run last week, and maybe we'll see some more of the power side in that bat from Lily Bishop going forward as we enter the final 6 weeks of the season.
Off speed is in there for a strike. The 0-1 outside for ball one. A lot of the power for GCU coming from Savannah Torville, leading this team right now with 5 home runs, and the Smith sisters right behind her with 4. But yeah, Lily Bishop's got some pop in her bat, as we've seen it a few times. The 1-1. Chopper up the middle. Is it going to get through? It won't. On to first. Great play by Karan at shortstop to get out number 1 for the Roadrunners.
Yeah, tricky play there for Karan. Able to come away with the 6-3 putout nonetheless. May have overran that one just a tad as that falls directly into her glove. Almost overran it. Makes the 6-3 putout nonetheless.
So Dietrich struck out in the second inning. The only strikeout so far for Hitzel. First one on the way is swung on and missed for strike 1. The 0-1. Up the middle. This time it'll get through. It'll be a base hit for Kaylee Dietrich. And with 1 out, the Lopes have their first base runner of the 4th.
And Hitzel tried her very best to stretch that glove out there, trying to snag that ball away from Dietrich, looking to pick up the hit. She does. Easy ground ball up the middle. Nothing Karan could really do to get over there to try and stop that ball. So Dietrich on first now with Olsen at the plate.
So we'll have a pinch runner. It'll be Gianna Nicoletti. Coming in as a pinch runner for the Lopes. Was playing a lot of right field for the beginning of the season. And then when Lorianne Olsen came back, Nicoletti was brought back to the bench, but has found her opportunities and will find an opportunity today in game 1 as a pinch runner. And speaking of Lorianne Olsen, she'll step up to the plate with 1 out. Showing bunt, pulls back, and it'll be ball 1.
And you just mentioned Gianna Nicoletti getting her opportunity here in game 1. Great speed over there at first base. That's why she's pinch running for Dietrich, the catcher. Don't be shocked if she tries to swipe a base here in the bottom of the 4th inning, trying to get a Lopes runner in scoring position.
The 1-0 swung on and missed. Nicoletti will slide into second, safe. So Nicoletti with a stolen base. And with 1 out, the Lopes have a runner at second and another possibility to extend their lead. And of course, Gianna Nicoletti will always have the credit of making the final out in left field against Florida State. As that one goes outside for ball 2. There was a fly ball in the left field. Gianna was there to make the catch to seal the big upset victory for the Lopes against the Seminoles. The 2-1. Olsen off her foot. It'll go foul for strike 2.
There's only one reason he's bringing that up, folks. It's because he said that Maddie Dowdle made the final out in that Florida State game. 5-3 win. He said Dowdle made the play, beat the #1 team in the nation, only to later realize that it was Gianna Nicoletti who got moved from right field to left field in that top half of the 7th inning. Am I wrong?
You're correct. The 2-2. Over to short, Karan over to first. Nicoletti's going to try to stretch to third. She's not going to get it. It's going to be a double play, and the inning will end as Lopes only able to find 1 hit in that inning, but they'll keep their 2-run lead as we move to the top of the 5th. The score, 3-1. We'll be right back right after this.
At the end of 4.
Across the green desert to where the mountains touch the sky. This is Sanderson Ford Country, where Arizona's pride. Sanderson Ford Country, built on serving you. Sanderson Ford, satisfaction in everything we do. We're Arizona's pride. Sanderson Ford.
I came to college to play my sport, but more importantly, to earn a degree.
I'm constantly learning from those around me, my professors and peers, my coaches and teammates, and even my opponents.
There's nothing better than game day, battling side by side with my teammates. The competition is what pushes me to be the best that I can be.
I take pride in my community and want to ensure that I am giving back and inspiring the next generation to do the same.
Got some fans enjoying alumni night, and this fan's looking a little too young to be alumni just yet.
Yeah, they're getting younger and younger every year, Phil.
Yeah, they really are. Got a good crowd out here at the GCU softball stadium as the Lopes lead 3-1 here in the top of the 5th. It'll be Johnson, Azevedo, and Petch to get things going here in the 5th. Denhart working with a 2-run lead, a 3-1 score so far. And Johnson awaiting the first one. Off speed in there for a strike.
No, we saw 9 up, 9 down in the first 3 innings. Ryan coming across her first bit of trouble in the top of the 4th inning, only getting away with 1 run, a sac fly from Nicole Curry. Her defense picked her up. Kaylee Dietrich with a great heads-up play, nabbing the runner, trying to move from first to second base for the final out of the inning.
That one in there for strike 2, and the count will go 0-2 quickly to Paige Johnson.
Well, nothing Paige Johnson could really do on that pitch. Just a nasty off-speed pitch from Ryan Denhart. Again, ahead in the count, 0-2. It's been the theme of her success thus far here tonight.
0-2 will be down and away for ball 1. So Paige Johnson working with a 1-2 count. The 1-2 on the way. Inside for ball 2. The 2-2. Slow roller, Smith rolls off her, and it's gonna get away for a hit, and now the runners will have their first base runner of the 5th. Yeah, it's gonna go down as an error, actually.
Yeah, you almost never see that from Shea Smith defensively over there at shortstop. We mentioned it last inning when Shea Smith bobbled one for just a split second, resulted in an infield single for Bakersfield. Just a slick glove over there at shortstop. That one just eats her up a little bit. It's gonna be an E6 for Smith, only a few this season for the shortstop.
Yeah, the Lopes so strong defensively. First one on the way, showing bunt, gets it down, over to second, and it's gonna be called foul. But a great throw by Dietrich, and a great bunt by Acevedo. That one into right. Going back, Olsen making the catch. Tagging and staying at first base is Johnson, and the Lopes now have 1 down.
Well, it looked like a hit and run was on there for Bakersfield. It's trying to get something going, down by 2. They came across 1 run in the 4th, like we mentioned, but trying to get something going there with nobody out. It was a tough play there for Lorianne Olsen. Routine play out there in right field, but with the sun beating down, she's got her sunglasses on out there in right field. Was not an easy play by any stretch of the imagination, but the Lopes coming away with 1 out here. We'll see how Paige Johnson reacts here with 1 out instead of none.
Petch takes the first one in there for a strike. Samantha Petch, a strikeout victim in the 3rd with 1 out. Lopes looking to keep their lead intact going into the bottom half of this inning. The 0-1. Into left. It'll fall. Johnson will round second and stay at second. So it'll be a 1-out single for Samantha Petch and 2 runners on for Bakersfield.
Well, Samantha all over that 0-1 fastball in the inner. heart of the plate, attacking it, smacking it into left field down the line. Dowdle doing a nice job getting that ball in quickly with the speedy Paige Johnson now in scoring position at second base. And just like that, Bakersfield has the go-ahead run at the plate, tying run at first base. So a big inning to get out of here if you're Ryan Denhart.
We will have a pinch runner. Ariana Felix will go to run over at first base for Samantha Petch.
CSU Bakersfield at first base, number 10, Ariana Felix.
Felix, the sophomore infielder, getting a pinch run opportunity. And now Nikayla Fuggs will step up. Fuggs, a ground out victim in third. Lopes would love to get a double play here. Keep their lead intact and hopefully tack on a few more insurance runs before we head to the bottom half of the fifth. First one on the way. Swung on and missed for a strike.
And you know what? Betancourt, who's pinch hitting here for Fuggs with one out. You know what she was thinking there all the way. Fastball over the heart of the plate, gets the off-speed pitch low in the zone.
Jocelyn Betancourt pinch hitting for Nikayla Fuggs. The 0-1. That one is in there for a strike. Betancourt batting .333 on the season, 15 at-bats, 5 hits, 1 RBI, and 1 strikeout. In her junior year here at CSU Bakersfield. 0-2 count, 1 out. Lopes looking for a double play and head to the bottom of the fifth with their lead intact. The 0-2, high for ball 1.
And again, when you get ahead of your hitters like Denhart has throughout the duration of this game, she's able to work with a few pitches. Again, a 0-2 there, tried to get Betancourt to chase the 0-2 fastball up in the zone, doesn't get her to chase the ladder, and look for her to do the same here at 1-2, regardless if it's high in the zone or low in the zone.
The 1-2 is outside for ball 2. So Betancourt with a 2-2 count. Betancourt awaiting the 2-2. Into center. Going back, Torville makes the catch for out number 2. So Savannah Torville having a backtrack on that one, but gets the second out, and the Lopes are 1 out away from getting out of the inning.
Well, it looked like Jocelyn Betancourt was trying to call for time there at the last minute. Home plate umpire doesn't grant it, gets right back in the box on that 2-2 pitch, and Denhart coming with the fastball inside, gets Betancourt to pop it up softly to Torville, who makes a nice play in shallow right field. Now with 2 outs is, again, the speedy Paige Johnson at second, Felix pinch running at first. A double in the gap does tie this game.
Katie Jackson stepping in, takes the first one in there for a strike. Jackson ground out in third. The 0-1. Outside corner for ball 1. So 1-1 count to Jackson. Runners on second and first. The pitch is outside for ball 2. Wind's starting to die down just a little bit here. Now starting to blow more towards right field. The 2-1. That one popped up. Smith is there to make the catch. The Lopes will keep their lead intact and look to put on a couple more insurance runs. The score 3-1 as we move to the bottom of the fifth.
Catch the latest series from GCU TV, Living as Lopes, Finding Your Purpose. Living as Lopes follows a group of GCU students as they navigate their way through college life and all that it holds, with a few fun twists along the way. Watch new episodes every week on youtube.com/GCU. And that was textbook Ryan Denhart there in the top half of the 5th inning. It's why she's been so successful all season long. Like we mentioned, 7-3. Was dominant the first 3 innings, 9 up, 9 down, but she's gotten herself into a little bit of trouble the last 2 innings, but good pitchers find a way to get out of trouble, and that's what Ryan Denhart's done in the 4th and 5th innings.
Exactly. Back-to-back flyouts for the Roadrunners to get out of that inning for GCU, and now an opportunity for the Lopes to tack on a couple more runs and try to really push ahead here, as Bakersfield in the past couple innings have really gotten opportunities. But like you said, thankfully for Ryan Denhart, she's been able to get out of the innings without any runs come around.
And the way that's been going these past few innings, 4th and the 5th, Bakersfield hasn't broken through yet. What is not to say that they won't break through later on in this game. Still have at least 2 at-bats to go, and the Lopes only up by 2, looking for some huge insurance runs here as we enter the latter stages in this ball game.
It'll be Kay, Smith, then Olson. Taylor Kay grounded out in the 3rd in her only at-bat.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th.
Darren Hitzel so far, 4 innings pitched, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 strikeout on 17 batters faced, has really settled down since that first inning. Kay swung on and missed for strike 1. The 0-1 is in there for strike 2.
We talk about Ryan Denhart getting herself into and out of jams. Darren Hitzel, despite that bottom of the 3rd inning, has held her own here against this Lopes offense.
The 0-2 swung on and missed. It'll be a leadoff strikeout for Darren Hitzel, and 1 out for the Roadrunners.
Number 3, the 3rd baseman, Sierra Smith.
And with 1 out, Sierra Smith will step up. Smith, another Lope, looking for her first base hit tonight. Awaiting the first one from Hitzel, as it's high for a ball. Smith got on with an error in the 1st, came around to score for the 1st run, and then grounded out in the 3rd. And is 0 for 2, again, still looking for her first hit. 1-0 is outside for ball 2. The 2-0 down the line off the first baseman. Smith will get on, and the Lopes will have their first base runner here in the 5th.
Well, no quick reaction time there for Nicole Curry at first base. That ball was scolded by Sierra Smith down the first base side. Picks up her first hit of the afternoon. We'll see if the Lopes can do something with it.
Taylor Olson, who has been hot, 2 for 2. Looking to bring around Smith to tack on a couple insurance runs before we head to the 6th. And with 1 out, big opportunity for Taylor Olson. A single in the 1st and a double that brought around her to score, and Smith gave the Lopes their lead. Throw on to 2nd. So it was a chopper to Johnson. Throw over to 2nd is an out. But the transition throw to 1st is not in time, and Olson will get on with a fielder's choice. And now Shea Smith will step up with a runner on 1st.
Well, Bakersfield sure wanted that 5-4-3 double play. Would have ended the inning, but now Shea Smith is going to get an opportunity. We saw Shea almost connect for a 2-run shot in her last at-bat in the 3rd. This is not what Hitzel wanted here with 2 outs.
Down the line will go foul. So Shea Smith 1 for 2 tonight with a ground ball in the 1st and then a double in the 3rd. She eventually came around to score thanks to Savannah Torville's single in the 3rd inning. The 0-1 on the way is a little away for ball 1. The 1-1. Backhanded by Curry at first for the final out of the bottom of the 5th. Lopes still with their lead, 3-1 as we move to the top of the 6th. We'll be right back right after this.
Tomorrow is set the expectation night.
We have been the experts in clean since 1945. We help businesses keep their facilities cleaner, healthier, greener, and safer. We are passionate about what we do and are committed to making your workplace environment the cleanest and healthiest it can be.
There's an exciting destination for food, fun, and golf in the heart of Phoenix. Come to the GCU Hotel and Canyon 49 Grill, where our hospitality management students gain real-world experience and deliver unmatched service. Enjoy beautiful amenities like a resort-style pool, full-service fitness center, championship golf course, and coffee shop GCBC. Canyon 49 Grill serves American fare all day and happy hour with a great vibe and Lopes pride. Room rates start at $89 per night. Visit GCUHotel.com today.
Ryan Denhart looking to keep the runners' bats quiet. 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, and 3 strikeouts for Ryan Denhart. Denhart looking for her 8th win on the season. And she'll try to go for a 1-2-3 inning here. It'll be the top of the order. Karan, Weisman, and Hippa will be the 1-2-3 here in the top of the 6th.
And Denhart just out pitching Hitzel through the first 5 frames as we enter the top half of the 6th. And between Denhart and Hitzel, still nobody warming up on either side, so this game is firmly in their hands as we enter the latter stages.
You know, and despite the first and third inning being the only 2 innings so far that the Lopes have scored, Hitzel has been pretty solid ever since that first inning. And Denhart as well, you know, it's 3 straight 1-2-3 innings. She gives up a run in the 4th, and now here in the 6th, she'll look to keep the bats quiet as that one goes foul. The count will go to 1-1. Denhart pitching well, Bobo pitching well, Yessie Morrison pitching well, Lexi Coons. I mean, up and down this rotation for the Lopes. It's really been clicking for a while now. You know, you don't win 11 straight games without good pitching. Yessie and Denhart tied right now with the most wins on the season, and Denhart is, you know, a couple out, about 6 outs away from being the wins leader for GCU. The 1-1. That one into right. Olsen makes the catch for out number 1.
And Olsen trying, or does come in on that one as the sun a little less of a factor than it was about an inning ago. We saw Olsen have a tough time with the sun out there just a few innings ago, making a routine play out there in right field. That one a little over to her left coming in on that ball. No problem for Lorianne Olsen there.
So with 1 out, it'll be Kara Weisman. Weisman grounded out in the 1st and got a single in the 4th. Chopper up the middle. Smith over to first in time. How about Shea Smith coming across second to make the out? 2 down for the Lopes.
Well, we talked about that slick glove. Showing off the range there, Shea Smith with the 6-3 putout. Grounder up the middle, taking a base hit away from Karan there as Weisman now digs in.
Chris Hippo will step up now. Ground ball out in the 1st, and then a fielder's choice in the 4th. And with 2 outs, Denhart looking for her first 1-2-3 inning since the 3rd inning.
And just what Ryan Denhart needs here in the top of the 6th, after letting Bakersfield have a shot in the 4th and the 5th innings, like you just mentioned, those 9 up, 9 down in the first 3 innings, just what Ryan Denhart needs here to settle back down here, again with just 4 outs to go from becoming the Lopes leader in wins this season.
That one into center. Olsen is there, makes the catch. 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Denhart here in the 6th, and the Lopes will move to the bottom half of this inning, looking to tack on a couple more insurance runs. The score remains 3-1.
Well, it's a busy time of the year for GCU athletics. It's time for the upcoming schedule brought to you by BSN Sports, the largest provider of team sports equipment and apparel in the country. So first we got beach volleyball. They have 2 matches tomorrow. The first against Mount St. Antonio College at 11 a.m., then against the University of Alabama at Birmingham at 2 p.m. And then we got men's volleyball taking on the number 6 team in the nation, Stanford, tomorrow at 6 p.m. at the Antelope Gymnasium here in Phoenix. And lastly, GCU baseball takes on Arizona Tuesday, April 9th at 6 p.m., a much-awaited matchup. Be sure to get it to Brazel Field to check that one out and support the Lopes. It's going to be a fun day on Tuesday over there at Brazel Field.
Yeah, U of A coming over to take on the the baseball team and the softball team, and of course beach volleyball. Got a big slate of games. They're currently 15-8 overall, 7-4 at home, and they've beaten some big opponents. They beat Tulane, they beat Georgia State, they beat they beat Stanford, and well, they're looking to keep it rolling with a big slate of games coming up back at home. And then, of course, like Jack mentioned, the U of A series will be a lot of fun for softball and for baseball, as the softball team will be a part of, I believe it's called World Baseball Day.
The second baseman.
As we'll be broadcasting the GCU softball game against U of A on Fox Sports Arizona, so that'll be great. Barry Butel will be on the call for that one. Torville takes the first one in there for a strike.
Well, look at you doing your homework. It's nice to see.
You know, a couple times I get prepared and I feel confident, and I just start saying things when I'm confident. Torville takes that one inside for a ball, so the count will go 1-1. Torville 2 for 2 tonight, both with RBIs. A single in the first and then a single in the third. Awaits the 1-1. That one low for ball 2.
Again, bottom of the 6th inning, last chance for the Lopes to give Ryan Denhart some more support, only up by 2. And though Ryan's been amazing in this one, we saw in the 4th and the 5th inning, she could use a little bit more run support, as Bakersfield is just a bloop and a blast away from being right back in this ball game.
Well, Torville's going to try to do that. And if there's anybody who can, it is Savannah Torville. She's 2 for 2 tonight, like I said. And then it'll be Maddie Dowdle, who's still looking for her first hit, and then Lily Bishop, who's also looking for her first base hit. But all 3 of those players have some pop in their bat. Torville swung on and missed. Strikeout number 1 of this inning for Darren Hitzel. That'll be 2 on the night. And out number 1 for the Roadrunners.
Just a nasty pitch there from Hitzel on 2-2. Goes with the off-speed, low and away. Torville just trying to pull the ball there on 2-2. Doesn't wait back, swings right through it for the first out of the inning.
Avery Finch warming up for the Roadrunners. Finch, the freshman, 2-3 on the season, 4.10 ERA and 42 innings pitched. I don't think she'll throw in this game. I'm pretty sure she might be the Game 2 starter. Not entirely sure on that one, but I mean, you know, time will tell. But regardless, there is an option in the bullpen for CSU Bakersfield, as Dowdle is now 0-2 in the count with 1 out. The pitch up the middle. Karan is there, over to first for out number 2. Lily Bishop will stride in. Another Lope looking for a base hit with 2 outs. Lope's able to find 2 runs in the 3rd with 2 outs. And we'll see if they can do it here in the 6th. First one on the way to Bishop. Is low for ball 1.
You know, not to take anything away from Ryan Denhart, but Darren Hitzel has, again, been on her A game here tonight. 3.42 ERA overall, but does have 6 losses on the season. It's obvious she has not gotten the run support that she's needed from her offense when she's out there on the circle. In 5 2/3, she has given up hits. She's given up 7 hits overall, but has come away with not allowing the big blow in this game. Again, only 2 earned runs, 3 overall, picking up 3 strikeouts.
A 2-0. Check swing. Did she go? She did not for ball 3. And that's the thing, just like Ryan Denhart. Like you said, Darren Hitzel has been able to find outs when she's been in trouble. Outside of course, the first and third inning where the Lopes have scored their runs. The 3-0 is in there for a strike.
(3-1) pitch here. Lily Bishop finding that home run stroke like I mentioned last week, and we'll see if she gets a pitch to hit here on 3-1.
Up the middle, Hitzel is there. Throw on to first. 1-2-3 inning for the Roadrunners. Well, the Lopes will look to keep their lead and secure the victory. The score 3-1 as we move to the top of the 7th. We'll get the remainder of this game going. You're watching GCU softball here on GCU TV.
Performance is your profession. You excel in bringing the best out of people. Through leadership and insight, you help others fulfill their promise. You share a unique bond with your family and cherish your time together. But you strive to take the next step in your career. GCU's online degree program in performance psychology will enhance your skills in helping others succeed. Master your craft in an online PhD program that puts innovation and technology at the heart of education. And you can do it all within a tight schedule without disrupting other aspects of your life. With a PhD in performance psychology, you'll have the tools you need to elevate your performance to the next level. When human excellence meets cutting-edge technology, business advances.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable, nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu/online.
It'll be the top of the 7th here. Lopes leading 3-1. Ryan Denhart looking for the complete game victory to give her 8 on the season. Through 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, and 3 strikeouts. For the transfer sophomore from Maryland, Ryan Denhart has really been putting it on of recent. And will look to get the 1-2-3 to secure another victory for the Lopes and bounce back after that loss against California Baptist in Riverside last week. I almost said last season, but it was last week. That one in there for a strike, and Nicole Curry is down 0-1.
I think it was that Nicole Curry at bat back in the 4th inning when Bakersfield came across with that run, scored the sac fly, but Curry up with runners on the corners and 1 out as the tying run. 1 swing of the bat could have gotten Bakersfield right back in this ballgame. Denhart getting her to swing on a fastball on the inside corner. Curry jammed a bit, just lofted it in the air to left field to Dowdle. A huge at bat in that game, probably the biggest chance for Bakersfield back in the 4th inning.
The 1-1 on the way. That one's in the dirt for ball 2. So 2-1 count to Nicole Curry. Struck out in the 2nd, and as Jack said, a sacrifice fly in the 4th to get the scoring going for CSU Bakersfield. Finds herself 2-1 with 1 out. The pitch is outside for ball 3.
Well, Ryan Denhart has done such a great job getting ahead of hitters throughout the duration of this ballgame in the first 6 innings. Not what you want to see here against the cleanup hitter for Bakersfield. Down in the count 3-1. Gonna have to come right after her here.
The 3-1. Popped up, will go foul, count will go full. So full count to Curry. Denhart looking for her first out of the 7th. The 3-2. Into center. It's going to fall, and the runners will have their first base runner of the 7th.
Well, nice piece of hitting there from Nicole Curry. Not trying to do too much on that swing. Got fooled a bit. Off-speed pitch low in the zone, but Curry just sticks the bat out there, gets the barrel on the softball, and is able to loft it into shallow center, and just like that, Bakersfield has the tying run at the dish.
So Bakersfield will talk it over. Coach is over there discussing the game plan, and Lope's doing the same thing at the circle. Of course, no damage done, but the tying run now at the plate. And we'll get a pinch runner.
15 for 3.
Pinch runner for CSU Bakersfield.
Allie Miller will pinch run the freshman outfielder. We'll look to add some speed on the bags as Paige Johnson will step up. Johnson popped up in the second and then got on with an error, but was stranded at second in the fifth. And now is the tying run at the plate and awaits the first one from Denhart here in the seventh. That went outside for a ball.
Tying run at the plate here. Johnson does have one home run, so she does have pop in her bat. But Miller, the freshman, pinch running over there at first base. Would not be too surprised to see her swipe a bag here. Even with the tying run at the plate, she is pinch running for a reason, trying to get that second run across at least. So maybe not in this at-bat here with the tying run at the plate. Maybe if she moves into scoring position, would not be shocked to see Miller take off and swipe a bag.
So 2-0 count to Johnson. The pitch is inside for ball 3. So now Johnson ahead in the count, 3-0, no outs. Denhart's going to have to put something in the strike zone. Lopes would love a double play here. The 3-0. That's high, it's going to be a walk. So now the leading run will step up to the plate, tying run over at first. And the Lopes will talk it over. Lopes will get a new pitcher coming in. It'll be Brianna Aguilar. Bobo will come in to close things out for the Lopes. Denhart, 6 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, 1 earned run, and 4 hits. Another great performance for Ryan Denhart, just unable to close things out here. Kind of lost her control a little bit at the latter half of her outing, but still a very strong performance from Ryan Denhart, who has been one of the better pitchers for GCU.
A brilliant first 3 innings. We talked about it numerous times over the course of the broadcast. 9 up, 9 down. Found herself into a little bit of trouble in that 4th inning, like I said, but was able to get herself out of the jam with just 1 run allowed. 5th inning as well, got herself into trouble with 2 runners on base. No runs came across. Top of the 6th inning was an easy 1-2-3 frame for Denhart. And again, like we mentioned, got herself into a bit of a jam here in the 7th. The runners on first and second are her responsibility as Bobo takes over and tries to pick up the save here for the Lopes, as well as for Ryan Denhart looking to pick up her 8th win.
Bobo, 5-4 on the season, 1 save already for the Lopes, 58 innings pitched, 2.74 ERA, and 35 strikeouts in her junior year here at GCU. Looking for save number 2 as Nadia Azevedo steps in with runners on second and first. Azevedo so far a strikeout in the 2nd and a fly out in the 5th.
Now batting the center fielder, number 29, Nadia Azevedo.
That one in there for a strike. One count to Amescoa. Nothing like getting the proper pronunciation in the last inning. The 1-1. Swung on and missed for strike 2. I wrote down Kyra Acevedo's name, and it's actually Amescoa. So good thing there's 2 more games on the season, on the series, so I can get it right.
And if Nadia's parents are watching, Phil's sorry.
The 1-2. That'll get through. Miller coming around. She will score, and the runners are only down by 1.
Well, a huge hit there for Nadia will sure help your case after not pronouncing her name right in the first 6 innings. Big RBI single. And again, nobody out right now for the Lopes. A big jam here for Brianna Aguilar to get out of with 2 speedy runners on first and second. Still nobody out here for Petch.
So Samantha Petch will step up. Tying run now moves to second. First one is inside for a ball. Mezcoa finding her first hit, and what a time to find it. The 1-0. That one is in there for a strike. So the run will not be charged to Bobo, it'll be charged to Ryan Denhart. The 1-1. Slow roller. Bobo over to third to get the lead runner out, and it'll be one down for the Lopes.
Well, a huge heads-up play there for Brianna Aguilar. Could not have no hesitation there on that player. Couldn't have any hesitation, I should say. Picks up the ball, immediately knew where she was going with it, finds Sierra Smith for the force out at third base, and now with 1 away in the inning, looking for another ground ball here against Fuggs, trying to get out of this jam.
So it'll be Ariana Aceto stepping in. She'll pinch hit for Michaela Fuggs. Aceto, the sophomore first baseman.
Ariana Aceto.
Aceto with 1 out and the tying run still at second, batting .259 on the season, 7 hits and 6 RBIs, the first one on the way. It is low for ball 1. The 1-0. Slow roller. Lopes looking to get one at second, on to first. In time! Game-ending double play. Bobo gets the save, and the Lopes get the win, 3-2.
Well, if that isn't what the doctor ordered, I don't know what is. A game-ending 6-4-3 double play, beautifully turned there by Shea Smith. It was a slow roller off the bat of Aceto as Smith flips it to Torville onto first to Olsen for the game-ending double play, and Brianna Aguilar picking up the save. Ryan Denhart picking up her 8th win of the year. She now improves to 8-3, the most wins in that Lope rotation as of right now.
Well, a great performance by Ryan Denhart. 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, and 3 strikeouts to earn her 8th victory on the season. And Bobo picking up her 2nd save as the Lopes walk away with a close one, 3-2. But there is more softball to be played as tonight's doubleheader continues at 7:05. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be right back for our 2nd game of the evening. Don't go anyway. First pitch will be right here on GCU TV at 7:05. We hope that you stick around as softball continues on Alumni Night. Game 2 right around the corner. We'll be right back right after this.